Lannie, and today I'm going to be reviewing War by Jennifer Ann Davis. I received a free copy of this book from Grace at Loving & Books Booktube Tours in exchange for an honest review. If you'd like to sign up to become a Booktube Tour host, then the link to that is in the description, along with a giveaway for the book. War is the third book in the True Green series, so this review is going to be full of spoilers. So if you haven't read War or the entire series, you have to click away soon. But the gist of the series is they are in a fantasy world where the ruling monarchy has been killed off, except for one sole heir, and that heir is currently missing. And then we go to follow Grima, who lives with her uncle. Then someday the cruel crowning prince comes to offer her marriage. She is forced to accept but finds herself falling for the prince's brother. And from there, Grima's life spirals out of control and nothing is the way it seemed before. And I think that's about it. So if you haven't read the series, then you can leave now because spoilers! So now I'm just going to talk about the third book. So bye! I'm gonna get it out of the way. This book did irritate me, but I think that's because it just, for some reason, the series wasn't really my type of series because I didn't really enjoy any of the books all that much. But I do have to admit that War was a solid ending to the series as a whole. It didn't give me that intensity that finales usually give me, but I do think that there was just enough closure, happiness, and loss in the end, especially in the last 50 pages. I think that really did tie up everything, and I honestly do like how characters were killed off because this is a war that they were entering, so it can't all be happy endings. So I really did like the closure that happened in the ending, but I think something that bothered me throughout the entire book was, even though it was fast-paced, it followed the exact same plot lines as the other two books of Grima, who needed saving yet again. She's always needing to be saved, and it honestly annoys me so much because I don't like Grima as a main character. I don't think she showed the strength that a queen needed, and sure, she was kind, but you need so much more than that in order to run a kingdom, and she just seemed naive and not ready to rule for me. So the fact that everyone was risking everything just to put her back on the throne was really annoying to me because, of course, since this is a fiction book, she's going to be a great ruler, but in all reality, she did not show the strength or the intelligence or the cunningness needed to run a kingdom, in my opinion. And I like how we finally get to see another part of the world in this book because travel is not allowed in the series. I think one thing that really annoyed me was how underdeveloped and simplified everything seemed, because this Imperium can just be defined as one word, and that is war, and I wish we had been able to see more of that. And so one slight thing that bugged me was when I realized Imperium is a desert empire, but the commoners have blonde hair and blue eyes, and I honestly don't know why that is, because though this is a fiction book, that just doesn't make any sense to me, because if it's a desert empire, then why are people telling Grima that she needs to go inside or she's gonna burn? That's not how evolution works. But anyways, the plot was simplified to saving Grima yet again, and the characters were also simplified because in the second book we were given these ideas of such complex characters and I wanted to see them grow, but then they didn't grow. Their personalities and their lives completely did a 180 just because Grima was here. And I think the most prominent example of the fact is Savinek, because he was such a strong leader in the rebellion, but now that Grima is here, he's forced into a stupid love triangle, and I just don't like the change in his personality because I don't think it really fit his character, and it just made him more annoying. And though it was logical because in the last 50 pages he did do something that fit his personality, but I just don't like it at all. I feel like he could have done that sacrifice for Grima while still being her friend and not wanting more and not being forced into this stupid love triangle and turned into such a two-dimensional character. I did find the book to be pretty predictable and cliche, but if you enjoyed the other two books, then really this is no different than the other two books. Since I personally did not really enjoy the other two books, then that's probably why I'm like this whole I don't really like this storyline way right now. And there's not much to be said about the romance in this book because the romance really was established more in the first and second book, and this one is just following the love triangle, but it's already been declared that they're in love with each other. What slightly annoyed me, but it didn't really happen that much, was how they were be in the middle of this intense war, but then Damric and Grima would want to talk about their relationship, and that just kind of bugged me sometimes. But I think what just annoyed me the most was the unnecessary love triangle and the simplicity of how annoying Savinek was made in this book. I think that's everything that I wanted to say, so thank you so much for watching. Bye!